Hello everyone, VJose32 back again for another What's on Deck. And I'll look at what's going on Kickstarter. Let's see. I think I mentioned the Ferris playing cards last night from Travis Carter. They're 23% funded, 28 days to go. Going a little bit slowly. Some of these other ones are getting close. Let's see. Tea Time Silhouette playing cards from Fyodor Krasny is 65% funded, 19 days to go. I'm not a huge fan of these ones myself. I mean, you got one-way back designs, one-way faces, printed by Make Playing Cards, which is fine, but not a big fan. Just not a big fan of the artwork or anything like that. If you like it, by all means, check it out, back it. But I'm just not really digging it myself. Not to mention all the cards have images on them, not just the court cards. So there's no pips, there's nothing like that. It's not a very usable deck of cards. So that's that for that one. Next up, Roots playing cards from a George B. Serra. Just launched today. It's 2% funded, 29 days to go. Highly doubt this one will make it. It's got a goal of 18,500 pounds. That is like 30,000, 35,000, whatever dollars US. Just two different colors, a gold deck and a silver deck. And says it's old arts based playing cards. Whatever. As you can see, there's nothing on the project. There's no artwork. All there is these tuck cases, which look very fancy, very cool, but that's it. What do the cards look like? I don't know. Also, first created, zero backed. That's never a good sign. Not to mention the costs. Apparently they only ship to the United States and the European Union. They don't ship to Canada, so I'm out of luck as well. Not to mention, apparently, costs as much as $19 for two decks or whatever it is, plus $19 shipping costs. People are not going to back a project if they're charging them $20 to ship a couple of decks to the United States. As a matter of fact, it'd be better off to ship these cards to someone like Gamblers or Collectible Playing Cards and let them fulfill the decks in the United States for a fraction of the cost of what he's going to do. It's ridiculous. So yeah, I'm not backing this one. I'm not a fan of it. I don't recommend it. I'm not sure if I mentioned this one. Cat Playing Cards, second edition from Undefined Knowledge. It's funded, 3 days to go. Very short project. I probably mentioned it already. I'm not even sure why they need a second edition of this deck other than probably they sold out on the first edition, so why not? I'm pretty sure I mentioned the Dragons playing cards. Not a big fan of it, but it looks like it will fund in just a matter of time. Strange first anniversary playing cards from John Taylor IV. I think I mentioned that one. It's almost funded despite being a lackluster, uncreative, non-customized deck of cards, from what I can tell. Let's see what else there is to tell you about. I should mention the Celtic Myth playing cards did not fund. They just missed out on funding by about $700 or $900, whatever it was. Very small amount, despite having $5,000 in backing from some mysterious unknown backer. And also the Bicycle Lumberjacks second edition also was not funded, but they still plan to get it funded somehow, some way, another project. I should mention this one for sure. Grid 3.0 bicycle playing cards from 4PM Designs. It's a little bit slow to fund. It launched yesterday and it's still only 40% funded, but 40 days remain. Pretty long project. It looks pretty awesome. I got no issues with 4PM Designs. They always, get the product out. It's nice to see them taking, the grid deck and taking it to new levels, updating the artwork, changing it, making it better. I like it. There's also, it looks like, a fifth deck possible. And you can also buy their old decks as well, as you can see, which is always nice. So definitely check that one out. A bunch of projects that definitely don't look like they're going to make it. I should mention this one, Hyperion playing cards from Steven O'Gallaghan. 39% flooded, 27 days to go. It's a very typographic deck of cards, as you can see. One-way back design, one-way faces. The back design says Hyperion on it, sideways, and it looks like wallpaper. Not a big fan of this. It's not a very practical deck for playing poker or other card games or doing Magic or anything like that. And I'm not even 100% sure who's producing it. I think it's NPC, but I'm not entirely sure. Here's the red cards. I mean, it's interesting, it's different, it's got some effort put into it. It's simple, but I'm not a huge fan of it. And then there's these black editions, only 50 being made. I'm not a big fan of that at all, just because black on black or gray on black, just it does not stand out, it does not pop. It's harder to see and read, and just not a fan of that. The Legends of Four Kingdoms from Legends Playing Card Company does not look like it's going to happen. 46% funded, 17 hours to go. Too bad, but if it was a deck of cards, it would have funded like that. I snapped my fingers in case you don't know. But yeah, that people just were not interested in. In fact, I see a huge amount of playing card projects or card game projects on Kickstarter that just don't cut the mustard. Let's just put it that way. I think that's it for decks on Kickstarter right now. Oh, I should mention probably this one. I'm not sure if I did. Actually, I probably did. The Heroes Archangel from Anna Dadonis. Back again with another deck. It's already well funded. I don't even see much of a difference in the decks aside from they made it a mirror image back design. Let's look at IndieGo. There's a couple of projects here to check out. Gemini Playing Cards is 17% funded with 17 days to go. Does not look like it's going to happen. Not a big surprise. Manticore Playing Cards is 58% funded, 19 days to go. It's also not doing very well, but it still has time, I guess. And it's, it's getting there. It's slowly getting there. Probably out of all the card projects on IndieGo right now, this one has the best chance of funding. And maybe one of the problems with Gemini is that it's under design and not gaming. I don't know, but it's not doing too well. And then there's the Celtic Myth playing cards, the third edition. For some reason, they decided to relaunch on IndieGo, which is a little bit ass backwards. And 11% funded, 13 days to go. Despite having only half the goal of what they had before, it's not going to happen because they have lost the majority of their backers and going from Kickstarter to IndieGo. And I said it was ass backwards because most of the time you see decks on IndieGo that fail miserably, and then they go to Kickstarter and relaunch there, and a lot of the time they do fun. So this guy did not make it on Kickstarter, and so he's gone to a platform where playing card projects usually die before they even made. So I don't know. It's ass backwards. It's not going to happen at this rate, and I don't know what the hell they're thinking. But it's ridiculous. Next up, I want to mention this one: limited edition Manifesto Black Book Manifesto Gold playing cards coming tomorrow. Apparently 420 bicycle branded and 393 or something unbranded. I don't know if there's any difference to the cards themselves, if it's just a different tuck case. To me, You got less than 1,000 decks. Actually, just like 800 decks. I don't see USB-C printing that many decks. Anything under 1,000, even anything under 2,000, I don't see them printing. So I have to question whether or not this is actually a new deck, a new print run, or with gold colors, if it's a different, or if it's just a different tuck case. It looks nice, but I do not like them not saying anything about that. Show us the cards. Tell us what we're getting. Is it the same thing or in a different tuck case for $30? Or is it actually a different brand new deck of cards? No answers on that whatsoever so far. Also, this is coming Tuesday on Kickstarter from Brain Vessel, the 7 Seas Master Collection. I could have done without 4 decks, but they do look really nice, and I'm definitely in. And then, coming from Landry Sanders tomorrow on Kickstarter, the Rainbow Illusion playing cards. Back on Kickstarter. They look pretty nice, very colorful. I'm guessing they're going to be for NPC, but I'm not entirely sure. Maybe Legends, I don't remember. But that is that, I think. Also, I've seen that Looseness apparently has a new deck coming out that's going to be Erdnase themed. It's obviously going to be green. It's got to be green. And a couple other things I'll mention very quickly. I guess I did mention, I'm pretty sure I did, the Hollingworth Burgundy decks are available at Dan and Dave's website, and they look pretty nice. And it does seem like the Black Book Manifesto deck is just a tuck swap, but no confirmation, so I'm definitely not getting it. This I want to mention, Diamond playing cards coming soon from Sisu playing cards. Looks very nice, as you can see. I've seen other Diamond themed decks. I like this one the best. And I've actually been screwed over by other Diamond themed decks. But this one should be good. Then there's this one, 9 Lives playing cards, available on a website, 9livestarot.com. Printed by, I'm guessing, NPC, I'm not sure. A little bit pricey, $17 Australia plus shipping. And it's got a cat theme to it. I mean, look at the back design, there's cats on it. It's fine, there's nothing wrong with it. I'm not overly interested in it because I got other decks recently that were from a no-name printer, and I was not overly excited about the quality. So I'm pass on that one. And then I want to mention this one, World Card Experts VIP membership. This is a new website from Devo. If you go to handlords.com, you're redirected to worldcardexpertsstore.com. Apparently now they are trying to not just be XCMers, but also be cardistry people. So, I mean, totally hypocritic of Devo based on what he's said and done in the past. They have this new premium club. It's $99 a year. You get 2 weeks early access to new decks with discounted prices. And when you sign up, you get free Devo's free of the Blades Gold Edition decks. I'm not sure it's really worth it. Apparently it goes live tomorrow. You will be able to get the Bicycle Cardistry deck on July the 5th. It'll be made available to the public July the 19th. I don't see a lot of people joining this. I don't know. We'll see. I know they got a lot of fans But to me, I don't see it being a whole lot better than the Black Club from Looseness. You do get 1 year access to Media Pool with World XCM Champions Volume 2, and etc., etc. But anyways, that is that. Just wanted to point that out. I will see you next time with more updates and what's on deck.